Hey, this is Matt with Let's Talk Music. I'm here with Antonio and Brandon of Discrepancies. Guys, let me just say first off, fucking love your band.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much love,
Um,
man.
I listened to Recovery, the newest single. Um, Not Alone, Prevail, Hands Up, Control, Raising the Bar. Every song, man, I've loved.
Dude, that's
Much
awesome.
love.
Thank you.
So
Yes, thank
that's I mean, I love music, period. But you guys hit me in a certain way, man. And I was like, why? As soon as I saw your press release and listened to Recovery, I was like, I got to do these guys. This is freaking sweet.
That's
much
awesome.
love. Hell yeah.
So Recovery, doing really well as far as the streams and the YouTube video. Tell me a little bit about the song and the making of the video.
Okay.
Um, which I guess I'll do the song. You want to do the making of the video?
Yeah, you probably should do the song because yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so the song kind of it starts with a little bit of like we have a song called "Not Alone," right?
Mm-hmm.
We released on a previous album, and I'll try to make it a quick. It's a story, but I'll try to make it kind of quick.
Oh, you're fine.
Um, so basically, I was working with someone, and they told me someone near to them like was planning on committing suicide, like was going through it and was planning on ending her life, and she ended up somebody convinced her to come out to a random local show. This is years ago, right?
Uh-huh.
And we just so happened to be performing, and she heard the song "Not Alone," and it like struck a chord with her, and she actually and like obviously she didn't go through with it, and she ended up like kind of going to school and like ended up doing like some really amazing things after that. And I like so um this song is kind of a story about that. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
cuz it talks about me like I went through depression and I was going back and forth on whether or not I even wanted to pursue music to begin with, and music ended up kind of saving my life, and by me going through with it and not giving up sparked and helped someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what the song like is about.
And I mean, as a lyricist, you have to be, just touched by that it saves somebody's life.
Yeah, man. It was heavy for sure.
And how about the video, man? Tell me about that.
So the video was pretty cool. I think were we in Toledo or Columbus, Antonio? You remember?
I think Toledo.
We were in Toledo, Ohio. So our friend John Fleischman, he actually did the video for he did Crawling Back and Undertow.
Hmm.
Um
And
so
not alone.
basically was and Not Alone. Yeah, sorry.
No,
So
you good.
we rented out this Airbnb in Toledo, Ohio, and it had this perfect setting of like this kind of this old, I don't even know the era of the architecture style home, but it had this vibe to it. We basically just filmed all around this house, and we crashed there too. We actually utilized the Airbnb.
There you go. Yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
I'll tell you one of the big reasons that I was really looking forward to this interview is that I recently just had some mental health issues and was kind of in a very dark place, and um I really just connected with your music, especially Recovery. I mean, you can listen to the song and know what it's talking about. I just wanted to kind of hear your guys' take on where it came from, feeling wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's music like that that really just it touches people, and with your situation, it saves somebody. You're saying, Antonio, that it saved you. So I mean, and I'm glad that you didn't give up music, man, because you're really doing some good shit, with your guys' music.
Thank you.
thanks. And I mean, I was in a similar position just before joining Discrepancies. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to do music anymore, and then I met the dudes, and we all it pretty much saved me to an extent because we all got super excited, and I was like, here I am, I'm back in this game
It's
again.
like, yeah,
You
like
know?
a resurgence, you know.
Right. It just pulls you back in.
So are all of you guys based out of St. Louis, or I mean, where's your demographic from? Your
I
geography.
mean,
Get that right.
definitely based out of St. Louis. I am
Yeah.
probably the furthest away. I actually live in a small town in Illinois, but yeah, I mean, I played in the St. Louis scene. That's pretty much where we're based out of, where we're from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got family out in the KC area.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Same.
It's
I love KC.
yeah, I've been all over Missouri. I drove over the road for 14 years, man, and been all over the United States. So just never really got to stop and see a lot, but what I did get to see and what I did get to do was a lot of fun. So
It's awesome. Were you a truck driver?
yeah, now
Okay.
obviously I'm home every night, and which has been awesome. I mean, I've been
Yeah,
for about 10 and a half years now. I've been doing that. You know,
nice.
it's kind of hard to, a woman doesn't want to hug a pillow, you know what I mean? So it's been kind
Right.
of on
Yeah.
relationships and, everything else. So, but yeah, I mean, you guys know the struggle, man. You get out on the
Yeah.
road, you know, for periods of time. I mean, you're heading, what here, Nashville next on the 28th.
Yes,
Yes, with
sir.
outline and color and varsity. Very pumped for that.
Cool. And let's see, Chicago, Detroit. I mean, you guys are hitting pretty much all over around here. I mean,
Yep.
and ending 5/13. So what's after that, man? And another single? What's the plan?
We do have another single coming out on the 24th, so that we'll have a single coming out during that run. But after that, we do have some dates that we have some unannounced dates that we're trying to work on to get solidified. That'll come on after that. So, and hopefully we're gonna schedule yeah, schedule more dates and keep on going.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to see you here in Columbus, man. I mean, we
Yeah.
got some decent venues. Well, I can't say decent. We got some good venues. So, I mean, I've never been up into the Lakewood area or Cleveland for a show other than, back in the day, went to Richfield Coliseum to see Metallica. But
Oh wow, that's awesome.
yeah,
How
that was
how
like
how how long ago? I gotta know because I love that band.
1992. It was it,
Whoa! Year after the Black album?
it was the release of the Black Album.
Oh,
Oh,
It was
okay.
it
That's
was that
nuts.
too.
How
Yeah,
was that?
oh, it's freaking amazing. It was my first time seeing them. They was by themselves. They played for 2.5 hours straight.
Oh,
You know,
that's
it was phenomenal.
that is
Uh,
awesome. That's
and
so cool.
that was back when they was still the mighty Metallica. You know what I'm saying? Had the long
Right.
hair, Jason Newsted, everything.
Yeah. That's like the peak to me. The Black album, man. I mean,
Yep.
I love what they did after too. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm more of a fan of the stuff before. I'm more of a Ride the Lightning,
same,
Mall, Master Puppet
same.
favorite album.
Yeah, Master Puppets is great. I think mine might be Ride the Lightning, but I love And Justice for All. I love all of them. Master Puppets, Black Album. But I guess I'm more so referring to commercially. The
Right.
Black Album was like, whoosh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's awesome that you got to see that. I'm jealous, man.
So tell me, guys. I mean, how did y'all meet? How did you come about?
Oh,
um,
Antonio.
so pretty much me and the bass player were working together way back in the day. And he was like he was in a band that was kind of on the like kind of losing members. So they didn't really have all they had was, they was just two guitarists, I believe. They lost a drummer and 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 the singer and everything. And I was kind of just doing like solo rap, or I was like rapping with my buddy Dub Flow every now and then. And we just kind of chatted about music one day and decided to meet up and kind of see what we can do and mix it up a little bit. And we met up, and we the first thing we went at was a song called Get Hype. And I went home and like recorded, like wrote some lyrics and rapped over the instrumental that they gave me. and that's how Get Hype was born, like the first demo, and we've just been kind of going ever since.
So how do you I mean, how what's your writing process, man? I mean, like,
Right?
does it just come to you, or do you, I mean, obviously recovery has got a story behind it, and I'm sure some of the other songs, but like, is there any songs that you just kind of like come up with and you're like, hey, this would be fun to do?
Um, I guess it kind of depends. Like I like to listen to the instrumental, like see what the guys come up with instrumentally, and then see how it makes me feel, or see what story I feel like I can tell that fits the best over it. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
sometimes we'll have to like rearrange some things, maybe stretch a verse out, maybe shorten something. But but yeah, like I mean, and sometimes I'll be honest, I'll write like it'll be a rap song at first that just I have so many songs just on my computer because I'm constantly writing songs and and like we'll flip it and turn it into a rock song, you know. So whenever we're always writing, so we're never at a short for like music. Oh, here goes my wife.
Yeah,
I might
Yeah.
have
I think the main process is just like getting a bunch of just bogus ideas together and see what kind of sticks, what everybody's like getting to where they're like super excited for. That's the barometer. Is everybody jacked up on a riff idea or a verse or whatever? If everybody gets jacked up, that's the way to go.
yeah.
Now, has, just out of curiosity, and this is kind of when I played it for somebody, they said this, has have you guys had a lot of comparison to Linkin Park?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
them and POD. We get POD a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, rap rock is a it's not just a Linkin Park thing or a Limp Bizkit thing. I mean, there's other quite a few other people doing it, and I mean, obviously, you're going to probably get compared to those because they were more of the pioneers.
For
But
sure.
um, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But honestly, I feel like the thing you guys got going on is just, again, it's amazing. The
Thank you.
Antonio, your lyrical writing is phenomenal. I really enjoyed, the unclean vocals that were thrown into it. Um, you know,
Thank you.
it flows, dude. It just really flows. It's a very good combination. And man, if I would have known, well, I did kind of know, but if I could have, I would have came and seen you guys yesterday, man, because that would have been. I'd love to see you live. I bet that's just a. I mean, you look like you got to be a live band. Like you just get the crowd going.
Oh, for sure. I think that's definitely
Yes.
our strong suit for sure. Is live. The music's okay, but the live the live
Yeah,
show for sure.
Well, and
definitely.
that's what's one of the cool things about just being able to get down like that is you guys you got uh if you're a live band and you put out you know all of your energy to the crowd's going to respond to it too. They're just going to be concerts are great, man. I love concerts. And
Same.
I just covered one on Friday. I got to cover another one. Was it Saturday? So I mean, they're a blast. They're a blast to do live interviews, especially like a lot of guys are let's do it pre-show. I love a post-show, you know,
Yeah, same.
because everybody is still freaking hyped,
Mhm.
and you guys just come off stage and you're still revved up and the crowd got you going and everything, and I do prefer a post show, but hey, I got to go with what the artist wants.
Right, right.
I got you.
So In Vogue Records, how long you guys been with them?
It's a good question.
Oh man, that is a good question. I feel I think we signed with them. I want to say 2016.
Okay,
That
I,
sounds right.
yeah, I want to say. So yeah, we've been with them a little while now.
cool. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the relationship is good if you guys are still with them.
So
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. We just actually our label owner just came out to the show last night, and that was actually our first time seeing him like face to face in a while. Um, but it was a great conversation. It was good catching up with him and stuff. He brought us some more CDs and albums and stuff. But
Yeah, shout out to Nick.
yeah, shout out to Nick, man. He brought his family out, and we had a good time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this is your fourth EP, Product of Entertainment. It was released February 17th. And I mean, here we are just in the middle, well, kind of towards the end of March. And like I said, man, you guys, your numbers are freaking great.
Thank you.
I mean, you got to be proud of that. And you know, how was your show in Lakewood? I mean, was it a packed venue?
It was pretty packed, but we were also playing with a bunch of other great bands. We were with Until I Wake, Catch Your Breath, and Dark Divine.
Okay.
And those bands are incredible. So it was more so a group effort, probably not really had much to do with us, but yeah, it was packed out. It was nice.
Hell yeah. So the Nashville show, are you guys headlining that one?
We will actually be the first opener on the touring package, so it'll be us, Varsity, and then Outline in Color.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't heard the other bands, but I think you should be headlining.
Well, thanks, but yeah, check them out if you can. Like those bands are
Yeah,
awesome.
they're really good.
Oh yeah, I'm always man, that's one of the great things about this is like I'm
Yeah.
constantly on a daily getting hit by publicists from I mean all over the world that's sending me new stuff and just being able like on I mean I had never heard of you guys before this and I don't know that I would have unless you maybe you came through town or something. And you know, I'm very glad that you know Shauna sent me this press release and that I was able to get in touch with you guys because, like I said, I mean your music is it's deep, it's meaningful, and you know it obviously touches people. It touched you know your friend, it touched me. I mean, and you couldn't ask for anything more, man. I mean, other than you know $1 million a week, but
Yeah,
it
$1 million would be nice, but yeah.
would be cool, you
But
know.
yeah, it's about the love, though.
Exactly, yeah, 100%.
you know, and I mean, it's sitting. I'm looking again, and like, and you know, you guys released Control in 2020, and that had over 3 million views and streams, and continues to grow. And I mean, that's just that's phenomenal, guys. I mean, that's you know, that's up there with like you know the big signed bands. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say Metallica, but you know,
Not quite there, but
I was going to say
we're
if
get we're getting there.
if you don't know who Metallica is, then you live under a rock.
Exactly, they're one of the
That
biggest bands of all time.
right. I mean, it's kind of like not knowing who the Beatles or Led Zeppelin is. So,
Exactly, exactly.
but I mean, hopefully with this, people get to know who Discrepancies are. You know,
That would be
Yes.
awesome.
and that's why I do this, man. I mean, for one, like I said, I love to talk about music. You know, music is like my passion. Like, you know, I made my own shirt here. It says where music isn't just a passion, it's a lifestyle. On the
Beautiful.
back, it's got my little logo that's in my background there, and you know, I'm trying to take it as far as I can, man. I mean, you know, it's been a lot of time, a lot of output of money. You guys know what I'm talking about, you know,
Right.
and you know, hopefully someday, you know, it's going to take off. And you know, I'm not looking to get you know huge bands like you know Metallica or anything, even though that would be great. It just I'm happy with doing independent labels, you know, DIY bands. You know, I feel like those bands have a much more they're hungrier. You know what I mean?
Right.
They haven't sat at the table with the big boys yet, so they're trying to get themselves out there, and they're you know you guys are really just connect with the fans, you know. And I mean, and I feel like you know there's a lot of bands like you know that have been around for years and years. They've lost that. You know what I mean? They've lost the hunger. They've lost that connection with the fans. They go, it's a job. They go out, they do what they got to do. They collect a paycheck.
They get
Mhm.
jaded. Yeah.
Yeah. for sure.
So that's one thing that I would say, man. If I could give you guys any advice whatsoever, stay humble, man, because you guys are freaking amazing.
Thank you.
That,
Thank you.
But yeah, man. So we're talking about a new single coming out. You said the 24th of this month.
Yes, sir.
So,
That
yes,
is
sir.
correct.
and what's that one going to be called?
Limitless.
Limitless. And you guys
Appreciate
are
that, puppy.
you're working on a video for that, or do you already have it done?
There's no video for this single,
Ah,
unfortunately.
okay. And you talked about hitting some more tours after after May. So, I mean, is there a chance that you guys might make it through here?
I'm not 100% sure as of yet. I don't know. Hopefully soon. I mean, we may not be there for a while because we kind of just passed through Ohio, but
Right.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I was say a lot of it looks like it's East Coast and Midwest, so that would be kind of
Right.
tough to circle back. But
Right.
just one last question, guys, and then I'll let you get to relaxing. As a guitarist, man, what was it that got you into music, and who are your like major influences?
Oh, I love this question. Okay, I have a ton. Okay, I should preface I have a ton ranging from all different genres, but even as a guitarist. But I would say like the first one that really kind of got me, it was I was a Slash fan. I was a fan of Guns N' Roses heavy.
I see the
Uh,
shirt.
yeah, oh yeah. I'm repping them today. Yes. But then yeah, I mean, shoot. Mick Mars, Motley Crue, James Hetfield, Metallica, Matt Tuck, Bullet for My Valentine, Matt Hafey, Trivium. Like I just have a laundry list of just like guitarist, vocalist, guitarist, Sinister Gates, Avenged Sevenfold. So, but I would say yes, Slash is probably one of the big guys that really got me into it.
So did you like when you was growing up, was you in a musical home, or did you just kind of branch out and say, "Hey, I want
No,
a guitar"?
no, yeah, I didn't. I was kind of one of those late bloomers when it came to music. Like I didn't come from a musical family. I didn't know anybody that played any instruments. I just kind of found it on my own. I mean, I had some my parents played music and stuff when I was younger, but nothing to where like it was. I had to really branch to find my own. Like my parents didn't listen to Guns N' Roses, so
Right.
um, but yeah, I just kind of branched out, found my own. I didn't start playing guitar until I was like 15. So I picked it up and just kept plugging away and then played my first show when I was 21. So I'm a
Awesome.
lot later than most. You hear a lot of guys, they come from musical homes and they start like 10 years old,
Yep.
8 years old, but
4 years old.
yes, I'm not one of those guys.
How about you, Antonio? I mean, what kind of musical background do you have?
that's funny that I didn't even know it was that late for you, Brandon. Because that
Mm-hmm.
was about the time I started performing and recording too, early
Really?
20s. Yeah, I mean, recording and taking it seriously. I feel like
Yes.
I've written like I started writing at a young age,
Yeah.
but I didn't start recording or doing shows until I was in my early 20s.
Yeah. And that's when it counts, I feel like.
Yeah. Influences. I was heavily influenced. Like I listened to what my dad listened to, as far as rap. So like I was big into Tupac and like Bone Thugs and Harmony and stuff like that. As far as like artists that I found on my own, I would say like Lupe Fiasco and like Nas and Eminem is a huge influence on me. Royce the 5'9". Uh, a lot of Midwest artists, man. Like I feel like
Yeah.
some of my favorite ones, Twista, Tech Nine, like that's where you get a little bit of the speed influence.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, a lot of influence as far as one of my like some of my favorites is like I think the first rap song I can remember ever hearing was my Mind's Playing Tricks on Me by the Ghetto Boys.
Oh shit, yeah.
And
Nice.
not only is it like super catchy and super like smooth of a song, but it's like they're talking about depression. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I I kind of I like that type of music more than the stuff that was braggy. You know what I'm
Mhm.
Oh,
if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
I mean, I can tell you that the first rap song I ever heard was Too Short, Don't Fight the Feeling.
Wow,
Okay, okay.
that's dope.
So
Yeah.
I remember when NWA came out, man. I mean,
That's
I'm 46 years old, I'm kind of aging myself right now, but I mean, before that, it was like, Motown, man, Marvin Gaye and freaking Al Green and, just Michael Jackson, like I said, I have such a high, like a catalog, let's say.
yeah.
Um, I'm not, I was for a long time. I was like rock and roll. That's it. That's all I want to listen to, blah, 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 genre specific. But when you're doing this kind of thing, you can't be like that. And, I feel like something that's really just, I've opened my mind and my eyes a lot, man. And I'll tell you, even if you don't like a song, it's hard to tell somebody, man, your song sucks,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
it's their form of expression, their form of art. It's
Right.
different than, if I sat down and drew a stick figure, with somebody's, whatever, holding a balloon or something. It's just, it's a form of art.
Right.
Whether you think it, somebody thinks it's great or not, doesn't matter. It's what you think and what it does for you. And I mean, I've talked with everybody, all these different artists and stuff, and I mean, everybody just seems to be the same. It's therapeutic,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's literally, as a fan, it's the cheapest, line of therapy you can get.
It's therapeutic, and what I love about it, it's self discovery as well.
Yes. Yeah, and like I said, man, I mean, I was telling you guys, I was going through some shit myself, and when I heard that song, I was like, oh my god, man, this really touches me. And I even told Shauna that, because I know we were supposed to talk. I think it was Friday, and there were some management issues or whatever,
Hmm.
and I was like, man, I'm so bummed. I was like, because I was like, I told her about my recent ordeal, and I was like, with what happened, I was like, I was really looking forward to talking to these guys because I connect with their music. And again, that's something that you guys should be extremely proud of, is that people connect with it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
what it is, man. It's a community. Music is a freaking community. And
That's what it's all about.
yep. All right, fellas. Well, I can see that, Antonio, that you're traveling. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
will.
sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine, man. It's not a big deal. I got to talk to you guys. It was very, very nice interview. I love talking to you. And
Likewise.
man, you guys just, you keep doing your thing, man. I'm telling you, I'm looking for. It won't be long before you guys are going to be out there doing the big shows.
Thanks, Matt.
Yes,
And,
sir.
We're
Thank you.
trying. We're trying.
and guys, enjoy your time at home, and
Thank you.
be safe going to Nashville. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you.
All right,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Later, guys.
All right.
Take care.